Tyler from Aspire Sports. I'm here with Kyle. We're going to kind of do like a reaction video to the Tua Tagovailoa being benched in this game, which, you know, well, let's just go ahead and get into it. So this is my opinion on it. I made a video not too long ago when he first got benched, a reaction video to that. And at the time, I thought it was incredibly stupid of the Dolphins to do that because you have Ryan Fitzpatrick, who wasn't playing the best football, but he was playing good football. They just beat up I believe they beat the Jets at that time, but the week before they beat up on San Francisco, and that was before San Francisco was playing as bad as they are right now. Everybody's hurt. They were a little bit hurt at the time, but I believe that they were actually healthy-ish. So they beat up San Francisco, then they beat up the Jets. I don't even know if the Jets honestly scored a touchdown. So then you head into bye, and then you make the stupid decision to make Tua your quarterback. Now, it's not that I disagree and don't think that Tua is going to be the future of this team, because obviously he is. They drafted him to be, but they're playing good football. And then you have reports coming out that Ryan Fitzpatrick said that this was his team. He felt like this was his team, and he was really caught off guard. So we also kind of talked about this between us. We're discussing all of that. And at the time, we said there could only be a couple reasons why they did this. Maybe they talked about in the beginning of the season, or maybe Ryan Fitzpatrick got hurt. Neither of those were true, obviously, by Ryan Fitzpatrick's what he was saying. So they just went out, benched him without even telling him, and he found out about it. So I think it's incredibly stupid that you do this, because now look what you've done. Look what you've done, Dolphins. Now you think that, oh, we're going to make the playoffs, and oh, we might go to the Super Bowl. So we're so into winning that we're going to destroy our young quarterback's confidence. So if he's playing bad, we're going to go ahead and give our team the best chance to win by putting in Ryan Fitzpatrick. And then what does he do? Oh, he does a Ryan Fitzpatrick thing, leads him down the field, throws an interception. So I hope the Dolphins, I hope to God that you guys win, because if you start to lose, the coaching staff, you're going to be hardly questioned by everybody in the NFL. This was an idiotic, stupid decision on your part to pull Tua. You let them lose. This team is young. You have so much a massive future. So you lose now, so that way he learns to lose, the team learns to lose, and you get better from it. You don't go out, you bench them. Incredibly stupid. So that's just my take. What do you think, Kyle?
I agree. I mean, we talked about it earlier, and I basically just said that essentially you know, you're just solidifying that thought that most people had earlier is, they're just going to do what most people thought was exactly this. They were going to wait until Tua started to slip up, or they're like, oh no, okay, maybe he's not ready, and then they were going to put in Fitzpatrick. And I said that weeks ago, and they did. And I think it's just so stupid because, like, obviously they were probably looking at people like Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow, like, wow, look at these guys. Tua can do the same thing, but like that's the worst thing you can do is compare them. I think that Ryan Fitzpatrick and this team were really jiving. These guys are having fun in the beginning of the year. They actually look like a threat in the AFC. I mean, they still could be. Who knows, especially that defense. But I agree. I just think it was a very stupid decision, and I think it's something they're going to regret moving forward. Especially, they were actually contending for this division, and now you could have just created an entire mess in that locker room that may have just gave Buffalo a free ride for at least winning this division and maybe a high seed in the playoffs. So as a Steelers fan, I'm a little bit pissed because it would have been nice for somebody to kind of make the path for Buffalo a little bit harder, because they do have to play them in a couple weeks. So that's just basically my thought. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to do Ryan Fitzpatrick things and screw up the rest of the season anyway. So putting him in there was actually, if anything, worse decision than what they thought it would do originally, I imagine.
And I know that Tua wasn't having a good game by any means. But also let's take into consideration he was getting pressured a lot. That offensive line is pretty terrible. So you have a young quarterback behind a bad offensive line. It's just not a recipe for success. And I just think that you let him, if you made this decision, you thought he was ready, then you just let it happen. You let it go. Don't touch it. Let him lose. He's going to figure it out, or he's not. But now you just created, kind of what Kyle said. I mean, we don't know what happens in the locker room, but they've already came out and said that he's their quarterback going forward. But why would you pull him then? I think it just creates a massive mess. And this is what happens when you try to get too cute. I think you should have just, my opinion on it was, let Ryan Fitzpatrick, why start Tua? Like, this team is playing pretty good football. Let Ryan Fitzpatrick implode, and then you put Tua in, because you have no way out. And this is exactly what I said. You have no way out, because now you just created this way that's going to make it 100 times worse for this team. This was so stupid. Dolphins fans, I feel bad. I feel really bad for you guys, because this was a really good team. And I honestly think this is not good. I really think that this is going to create a lot of issues going forward. And I'm a little worried for this team, because this is how problems start to arise. And young quarterbacks lose their confidence. And when you lose when any player really lose confidence in themselves, especially cornerbacks and quarterbacks, it's a recipe for disaster. And I just fear for Tua. And I hope it doesn't happen, because I think it can be a very good player in the NFL. But this does not help him going forward. And I hope I'm wrong. I definitely hope I'm wrong, but I'm a little worried for this team. So we wanted to make a little bit of a reaction video, kind of talk about it, and just say how stupid it was for them. So do you have anything else that you want to say?
No, I mean, I think just because he had a bad game doesn't mean, hey, let's take him out and basically say, hey,
let him
you
finish
have no chance for him to win us this game, because A, you don't know what can happen, and B, great quarterbacks have had bad games, especially this year. Russell
Peyton Manning,
Wilson's had a
first
bad
year
game.
was awful. Peyton Manning was so bad his
Didn't
first
he
year.
have statistically one of the worst rookie seasons
I think
in NFL
he had like
history?
the most interceptions. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But he had a ton of interceptions that year. He was not good. I believe they were like 2 and something. So he had a terrible season, but they're not pulling him. It's like this is why I think they pulled him, is because they're so hung up on trying to make the playoffs, because they're good for the first time in a long time, that they're like, oh my God, we got to make this playoff. We got to make the playoffs. We got to keep it going. That you're going to ruin a young quarterback. You're going to ruin a young quarterback in the process.
I think what they're doing is kind of, they should have taken, I think, a little bit of advice from the Eagles. Is Carson Wentz has played much worse than anything that Tua was doing today, and they're still sticking with him, even though they have Jalen Hurts, somebody that they might be looking forward for the future. So I just think, really, you just got to keep – these guys are going to have bad weeks. They're going to have bad stretches. But, like, you're a coach. You're the coach. It's not completely their fault. It's either your game plan, the play calling, something is wrong, and it's not always the player, especially a rookie.
And when you go to Denver's not an easy place to play. Like, I know that there's
especially
not fans there, but right now, yes, like the altitude and everything is incredibly difficult compared to everywhere else. So, like, being a rookie quarterback with a not very good offensive line, going to Denver and playing is just also very tough. So it's just like, why? So
go Raiders!
And the Raiders are on right now. That's what we're talking about. So yeah, anything else other than obviously go Steelers?
No, that's it. Give Tua a chance, and they are. I am happy that he's going to be starting. You got to stick with him. You don't let Ryan Fitzpatrick.
You can't pull him again though. Yeah. Like even if you don't make the playoffs, you don't pull him, because if you pull him again, it's going to be a disaster.
Could you imagine if the Cowboys, Dak and Zeke's rookie year, if Dak had a bad game and they put Tony Romo back in?
Yeah, a recipe for disaster.
Oh my God, we wouldn't even be talking about Dak Prescott anymore, because it would have completely ruined everything.
What if they do it again, like say against Buffalo? Like, what do you think happens?
It will be honestly the downfall of his career, because if Tua doesn't come back and has a good game before they inevitably don't make the playoffs, then next year's going to be a real rough patch, because who's going to be the starter? Are you going to start Tua, or are you going to do this all over again?
Stupid. Dolphin fans, I feel bad for you. I think better days are ahead, but this is definitely not what you want to do on I think it's his third start. I could be wrong. I think he had Arizona, unless he had one before Arizona. I can't remember. Yeah, because he came right out of the bye, so they were playing somebody before Arizona. I think it was the Rams, Arizona, and then the Chargers. So it's his fourth start. I think it's his fourth start. So, but yeah. Anyways, it's just I hope the best for you, Tua. I hope that you go out there and just ball out next week and prove everybody wrong, especially those stupid coaches. So I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Yeah, he
With that being
started
said,
against the Rams, and
I think it was the Rams,
he
Cardinals.
he had 2 completions against the Jets. And then he
Yeah,
started against the Rams. That was the Jets game is when he was sitting. It's this picture right here for anybody who doesn't know. After the game, he was sitting, and I really want to play.
he was just happy to be back out
Yeah,
there.
no.
'Cause the whole
How
hip
cool would it
thing.
be? He's a Dolphins fan, lifetime Dolphins fan. As a Steelers fan, how cool would it be you get to go out there and play starting quarterback for your favorite team? Pretty
It'd
cool.
be awesome.
Terrible or good, doesn't matter. That's cool. Something to tell your kids.
So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching the video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Check out all of our content. We talk about fantasy football, do some reaction videos like this as well. So make sure you check it all out, and follow us on our social medias in the description below. So thank you for watching and have a great day. See you guys.